We're going to start it off like that. You know what I mean? Just going to start it off like that. Just let everybody know, you know what I mean? Type of comments I'm putting in the comment section. Start off like that. Boom. All right, now listen. Let me adjust this for a moment. Now listen. Novavax is going to be approaching Food and Drug Administration soon, and what's going to happen is they're going to be under intense scrutiny to be approved or not approved. You know, I'm maintaining safety and security while they're going through the process of uncertainty. That's what I'm doing. But I have to make decisions and judgmental decisions that reflect consistency. Like, I can't be a violent person, you know what I'm saying? But most certainly, I can defend myself. I can defend myself. I don't have to be a victim to no circumstances based on some person that's violating my privacy, impersonating a subscriber when I have no subscribers. So I just leave that, like it sounds. Now, most importantly, the authorities have been contacted. You've seen the thumbnail. The authorities have been contacted, and you're full aware of your right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. Do you understand your rights? Let me make a comment. So it's 4:36 p.m. Everything is on schedule with the Novavax. I don't know who's spying on me, but spying is a crime. If my Fourth Amendment rights, protection against unwarranted searches or seizures of persons' papers and or effects are being violated, I shouldn't be exposed to nobody that could go get a gun and show up somewhere with a gun, and I not even know who they are right here, where I could just say, listen, that person right there has a gun. You know what I mean? I should be able to do that. I should be able to just say that person right there has a gun, and and that'd be the end of it. But this person is continuing to violate my Fourth Amendment rights, and it's an uncertain situation. But the Novavax situation, vaccine is approaching its usual path. And I'm maintaining security and safety along the way. Otherwise, they wouldn't know what they were going to be exposed to with this element of surprise, with someone hacking into the safety net of Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, FedEx, UPS, and United States Postal Service. Nobody knows what type of hacker is. It could be some extremist from the right wing. Nobody knows what's going on with this hacker over here. It's a visitor that hasn't subscribed and visiting every single time I go on air, go live. They show up right on schedule. Not exactly when I show up. They show up shortly afterwards. That's how I just showed up with this. When I showed up with this, notice what's going on here. Notice what's going on. It's direction. It's direction. It's direction. We're getting understanding. Before it's uncertain what the person is plotting on doing, with going live. This is what I know what the person's doing. The person's watching me make a live broadcast and setting up their camera, filming my live broadcast with their camera, and making a live and going live with their camera, and broadcasting as if it's their broadcast, like somebody just taking over the airwaves, without being a subscriber. I know what they're doing, but the police. I'm not going to call the police this time. Maybe they call me. Hello? Oh, no, thank you. Hello? No, thank you. Some type of scam. Hey Siri, call Bugatti.
Good afternoon. Thank you for choosing Novavax in Miami. This is Stacy. How can I assist you?
What time do you close?
For sales or for service?
Sales.
For sales, we close at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. And this is,
Yes, sir.
what's the name of this company?
Our name is Brayman Motors Miami. We're a dealership on Biscayne and 20th Street.
All right, thank you.
My pleasure, sir. You have a great day.
Let's see. Make a comment. I'm just surrounding the information with consistency. As opposed to somebody hacking into Bugatti transactions and Novavax and not being, just being somebody you don't know who they are. They could have a weapon or anything. It could be some extremist or anything. So what I'm doing is making sure that accountability is in place. If you see Bugatti and you've been read your rights and you know your rights right now, then you know what's real, you know what's not real. So listen, Novavax is being distributed once the Food and Drug Administration approves the vaccine for emergency use. Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, they've been approved by Food and Drug Administration, but they were approved for emergency use. They wasn't approved for permanent use. So it's an emergency situation, and Novavax is attempting to get the same level of permission to distribute the vaccine. So that's what we are. But based on the information that's transferring, I should have the Novavax information consistent with Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson and FedEx, UPS, and United States Postal Service shortly. I should have it shortly. And when I have it, nobody should be able to anticipate, its arrival by hacking into, my channel as a subscriber and not be a subscriber. So I'm a little hesitant in saying exactly when it's going to be, present, but it's going to be. I'm going to put it somewhere visible, somewhere where you could just click on the link in the description and see it right there. See the order and the list of, because you can't just hack into the channel and then access that level of information and then, you just somebody, stealing a chemistry. You just can't do it. You can't spy on somebody like that. So, not spying. If you're not spying, It's impossible because I don't have many subscribers, and you show up every time I go live, so it's going to have to be accounted for, this presence of spy activity. So saying that to say, once I get the information consistent with, now I also might add that I have 10 YouTube channels. My most recent channel is Mad Butter. My most recent channel. Now you have the option to subscribe and not be under intense scrutiny when the authorities review the information, because I reported it. I reported it in so many words. I based it on, the time being 4:44 p.m. right now, and it's currently 4:44 p.m. and it's about to be 4:45 as I speak. And what happens is the chemistry of the time when I made the police call, it was exactly 5:30. It was 5:30 p.m. And what happened was I asked the officer online on the phone that, what time was it? And they said it's 5:30, something like that, something similar to that. And I called the police that way. I didn't call the police because I don't know who it is. You know what I mean? I would have surrounded the person and kicked the person's door in or something like that myself. I wouldn't even call the authorities. I would have made a citizen's arrest. But since I didn't make a citizen's arrest, I warned the person of their Miranda rights and made sure they understood the law, beyond this point. And shortly, the Novavax vaccine will be approved for emergency use, and the process that I've established or maintained, there's a consistency present to the rest of my audience. There's a consistency present. When you take the initiative to distribute a vaccine where no one else has, what happens is your chemistry is either consistent or not consistent as the process already in place. The process that's already in place is based on just generally distributing the vaccine to politicians, lawmakers, law enforcement officials, hospitals, medical staff, to school teachers, to the schools, to restaurants, so on and so forth. But they didn't have any particular order when the demand for a vaccine presented itself. They just showed up, randomly distributing the vaccine. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm composing a gavel plaque, a plaque with a chemistry on the plaque where the distribution process will be consistent with equality, fairness, justice, peace, Fourth Amendment constitutional rights, protection against unwarranted search and seizures will be in no celestial place, because copyright $50 is going to be on the plaque. I guarantee you copyright $50 is going to be on the plaque. And when you see it, remember what I told you. Copyright $50 is going to be on the plaque. And I'm going to make a comment on that note. And I'm not going to use my Germex this time. I'm just going to make a notation so that everyone will have some type of idea of what's going on in this broadcast. Now, when my comments aren't showing up, when I review this information, what happens is I can't see the comments show up when I'm reviewing the information. So it's like you can hear me saying, I don't say exactly what my comments are, but it's within the realm of what's being said. it's not completely not saying what's going on. It's in the realm of what's being said. So saying that to say, I'm going to close so this broadcast reaches 5 o'clock. And when it reaches 5 o'clock, you have an option to donate prior to be on time with 5 o'clock. I'm going to post something with 5 o'clock on it. I'm going to be in the same place at 5 o'clock. And Novavax is soon to present this case to Food and Drug Administration. All this is going on with people trying to hack into my channel and things like that. But at least it's some type of process being made, it's established, because the police have been contacted. They're getting involved, no matter how challenging of a situation it appears. They're getting involved. They're sworn to protect and serve, and that's all we have to depend on as American citizens. That's all we have to depend on. This person probably is a foreigner that's in the audience that's hacking in, but I can't be sure. I can't be sure it's a foreigner, but it looks like a foreigner.